straight out of Ngaruahi in New Zealand. Here's Maurieo. Hello. Maurieo Vlogs number 429. Foolproof. Hello. Welcome. Well, yes, things perhaps didn't go quite according to plan today. But let's have a look at the snippets, which will reveal perhaps what the plan was, and then we can talk a little bit further about how things progressed. "12:53, just off to bed. I've done a little bit of marking, got a bit of a routine established, and worked out that it's not going to be too onerous. So I've been just working through students' worksheets and just making sure that they have done them and got them all collated and everything like that, and then send them back to them, which is good. So the exam tomorrow, so probably need to get in a little bit early actually, and get up quite smartly and get on in and get that all sorted. So all good.
6 hours later.
Honey tea. Yes. Well, it's the day of the exam, so a little bit anxious, I guess, that there might be a mistake in the exam that's going to cause a furore, memories, that time, Maurieo, that sort of thing. But no, I think we're pretty good, so we're going to head on in there, try and get in early and just catch up with students and things, and try and keep them relaxed and confident going in. It's always good. I've just been out. It's just a light frost this morning, possibly verging on ice. So I've just been out and started up the car and closed it up. So it's running away. Should be nice and toasty for me when I get in for my drive in, and listen for the radio, and away we go. Yes, well, as you can see from the title, Foolproof, things didn't quite go according to plan. So there was a tiny little mistake in my exam. No significant consequences on the day that I'm aware of, but we'll just have to see how marking goes. But one of the questions in the exam involves calculation, and it's a matter of getting the calculation right so everything fits. And I thought I had a foolproof system. It is now. So it took me quite some time to actually work out where the flaw in the system was, but I got that all sorted. So it resulted in a small error in the calculation, but I looked at 3 or 4 scripts, and the way the students dealt with it, I was quite impressed. Some of them actually, they really sort of embraced it and came up with the right answer, which indicates that, well, they've got a good understanding of what was going on. So I'm hopeful, but so I'm going to, in the marking of it, obviously be a little bit understanding with that question, given that the outcome was not exactly what I had wanted. So yes, foolproof or idiot proof, and they reckon that making something idiot proof just invents a better idiot. But yes, you're never too old to learn, and I certainly will be learning from that experience and trying to make sure that doesn't happen again. So that's all very good. So yes, a learning experience. So let's have a look at today's diary, and yes, it was I managed to. The exam was in the morning, and so I managed to get home around just after 4. And it's been a cracking day with not a cloud in the sky probably all day, or not that I saw. So I was able to get in and get a couple of bits of lawn mowed, get the back section mowed, and by the shed and what have you. I was a wee bit concerned that the lawns were getting a bit longish, but no, I think they're looking very lush. And came up pretty well without too much. All seemed to mulch in all right. So the forecast is for rain tomorrow afternoon and Sunday. So hopefully I might be able to get out in the morning and get a couple of bits of lawn done anyway. And I'm pretty much back on schedule, which is pretty good. So yeah, all good on that front. And got a comment on Reddit about my Honey High vlog. The comment said you could have come up with a better title. Probably could have, but at the time that was the best that I had, and I see that just looking at that now, I see that I've haven't got today's one in. So let's put in foolproof there. One word, not two. And yeah, so I just replied, sorry, it was the best I could do. But sometimes, sometimes you've got to get your vlog out, and you do the best you can at the time with what you've got. And sometimes the creative things there are not always as good as other days, but nevertheless we get by. Going to have a bit of a question today. 117, where, what, who, where. Yeah, guys, cranked that one out pretty smartly. I thought it would last a little while, but I'm obviously, it was a baseball stadium in Seattle in the States, and it just looked like a baseball stadium, but apparently the guys must have found it fairly quickly just by taping in baseball stadiums or something like that. So, yeah, it lasted seconds. So that one's done and dusted, and I've done a few shout outs this week, so I'll just give that a bit of a rest. Yeah, I went up for the exam and was there for the students beforehand, and then I did a little prep during the exam. I didn't have to be in it, but just around in case something came up. And yes, a little bit of tutoring. A couple of guys wanted help with projects and things, and yeah. So, I've got exams soon there. It should be exam. I must just take that out of the diary like that. Yeah, so that's it. So it was the day of the exam. So yeah, not quite the high I was hoping for. The little error there sort of just took the gloss off the day, but overall it went pretty well, and the outcome for the students that I've looked at looked pretty good. So and the invigilators and supervisors were all happy with the group, so that's pretty good as well. So let's have a look at today's challenge. Fairly simple one, but related. Fools rush in where angels fear to tread. Who is this guy? Who said that? It shouldn't be too difficult. Some may even know it off the top of their head. I'd have to say I didn't. I knew the name, but I didn't know that he had said that. So that's today's challenge. And yesterday's challenge, interesting, very interesting. Yesterday's challenge was a crack the code, and the code was 42. 042 was the code, and Moz got that, and Moz is he calls himself Moz 42, and the 42 comes from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the answer to every question in the world. So yes, Moz I think was quite elated there that he'd got that one, and it related to his persona there. So yeah, I hadn't even realised that myself. But yeah, they all crack the codes are quite stimulating for the brain. So yeah, that brings us to the end of today's vlog. I think I've pretty much covered everything that I wanted to, and yep, we'll see what comes for this weekend. So let's just call it a day there, and well, thank you for liking and subscribing, for commenting, viewing, and all those marvellous things you do. I look forward to seeing you again. All good. Cheers. See you. Smash that like button.